Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be looking at the Cold War AK-47. Now let me just go down on record to say I do not recommend you use this gun. It was an absolute nightmare to program this to get rid of the recoil. The Warzone Pro Pack and even the Warzone Season 4 pack isn't quite spot on with the recoil values. It's impossible to get it laser beam. You'll notice that there is no underbarrel on the gun. I tried it with the Spetsnaz grip, the foregrip, whatever I put on it, the recoil values just were not working properly. I went through almost every single gun on the Warzone Pro Pack and the Season 4 pack, including the standard AK-47 settings that are on there, and it just doesn't work. It shifts left and right a lot. It's just not a good gun for the Cronus apparently until they do some updated values for it. So what I've done is taken off the underbarrel. I've put on, I believe, the Grau wrap onto the grip, and that makes it as good as it will possibly be. Now this gun doesn't work well with the Warzone Pro Pack at all, so we're actually going to be using the Season 4 pack. So I'm going to show you how to program it. They've just updated it and it works really, really well. So it's now totally viable to use the Warzone Season 4 pack after they've just done the update for the Reloaded update. The first thing we're going to do is jump into Zen Studio with our Cronus Zen connected. We are going to go ahead and grab the Warzone Season 4 pack and just drag that onto one of your available slots. I have it in slot number 3, so I can still use 1 and 2. If you've got loads of guns programmed already, you can still use them. You can just press the button on the side of the Cronus and you can shift between the packs that you've got available. Make sure you match your in-game settings to what you have on the Cronus. So for me, I have tactical flipped, default for the in-game stick layout. The stick dead zone is on 5 because I use 0.05, and 7 for the stick sensitivity. Again, this all has to be correct. Dynamic is my in-game response curve type. I block the in-game rumble. Of course, make sure anti-recoil is enabled. And now for the AK-47, we're going to be using the Grau with these exact settings at 6 and 6. And trust me, I tried every gun in the game. So if it's not perfect, you're not really going to find it much better. If you do find settings better than what I've found, please let me know in the comment section. I've put on as the secondary the OTS-9. Again, you can adjust it in the game. I'm going to show you how to do that. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Ignore everything else except for these magazines. So for the primary weapon extended mag option, I have 45 round mag because that's what I have on my AK, and on the OTS-9 I have a 40 round mag. Again, the active profile is set to profile 1. All of the aim assists, everything else is completely disabled. The only other thing that I actually use on this pack is the slide cancel feature, which I've mentioned in the Warzone Pro Pack, because that is actually really useful and it works really well. So if you just scroll down a little bit more, again, active fire mods, disable all that, disable everything else. None of this is viable. Quick scope, I've got that disabled. Sniper breath, I'm not sure why that's enabled. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off. But you can see the slide cancel feature is enabled, and that one is actually really, really useful. So once you've got that all done, again, just check everything else, turbo melee, all that kind of stuff. Just get rid of all of that. When you're done with everything, you can go ahead and back out of that. Just go ahead and press the save feature to program that to your Zen, and then you are good to go. I'm now going to show you what it looks like on the Zen and how to adjust some of the different values on there. As you can see, if you've used this pack before, it now says the actual name of the gun. It used to just say primary and secondary. If you've copied my settings exactly and you've got the weapon swap feature on automatic, pressing triangle, just like the Warzone Pro Pack, will switch between the two guns. With this pack, you press L2 and options to bring up this menu. If you go ahead and click on mod menu and scroll down, that will actually allow you to find your guns. So you can check all of your settings on here, but we're going to go ahead and look at the gun, which is the Grau. And then the secondary, also on profile 1, is the OTS-9, like we saw on the Zen Studio. If we go back to the menu, scroll down to adjustables, and this is where we're going to see the actual recoil values. You can also check your stick sensitivity and all that stuff. But if you look at the X and Y axis on profile 1, that is for your primary weapon and your secondary weapon. This is how the gun behaves with the Zen turned off. This is what it looks like with the settings and loadout I've just given you. As you can see, it's not perfect, but it's way more manageable and probably better than any other setting that I've managed to find so far. Now, the truth is there are loads better long-range options, and the TTKs are no longer very good on the Cold War AK. You're much better with a Farah or a C58 or a QBZ. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, those are the best settings that I could possibly get for this gun. And again, I do not recommend that you actually use this gun. There are far better options out there. But somebody did suggest that I do this in the comments. They wanted to see how this gun should be built and how you should do the settings on the Cronus. So hopefully that helps you. As always, be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see the new content as it comes out. And I will see you on the next one.